Hello, and welcome to part 2 on using a word matrix and word sums to help teach students about adding suffixes, particularly when we have a suffix rule where something needs to change to the base word. So I've chosen a word, hop, as my base word, which means to jump, and we're going to add some suffixes onto hop. So we can make hops just by adding a suffix s. So when we write the word sum, we write H-O-P plus S is rewritten as, and there's not necessarily anything that needs to change. This is just like it was in the first video where we just add the suffix and nothing needs to happen. So H-O-P-S. Now we can make the word hopping by adding a suffix ing. And this is where you can see where I'm headed, where we're going to have to teach the students about one of the suffix rules. So for hopping, we've got H-O-P plus ing. And what we do before we rewrite the word is we need to, what Pete Bowers calls, check the joins. So look where this is going to join and see if anything's going to happen. When I push these letters together, are we going to have an issue? So if you've watched my Naughty Vowels video, you'll see that I've taught students that when one vowel is one letter away from another vowel, that he gets mad and he pinches. So if we simply add the ing to hop, now this I is in a position to pinch. So he's going to reach right under that P, pinch the O. The O is going to scream his name and say, oh! And the word that we just now spelled is hoping. But that wasn't the meaning that we were trying to get across. We were trying to get hopping. So we asked the students, how can I keep this I from pinching? Well, right here he's too close. So what can I do? I can double the P to push him farther away. So when we check our joins, we realize that I is going to pinch the O. So I'm going to need to double the P. So I'm going to put my extra P right up there. And now I'm going to write it correctly. H-O-P-P-I-N-G. And the same thing is going to be true if we add the suffix ed, because I want to make the word hopped. If I simply add the suffix ed, I would have this word, H-O-P-E-D. And so I asked the students, do you have an opportunity for pinching? Is that O going to be happy and say ah like you want him to? Or is he going to get pinched? And in this word we can see the E is too close, so he's going to pinch him, and we've now written the word hoped. So what do we have to do? We have to double the letter in order to push the vowel farther away so he doesn't pinch. So the word then is hopped. H-O-P-P-E-D, hopped. And in this word, again, if you've watched the video on the short and happy vowels, this O is happy, so he makes his ah sound because he's closed in and there's not another vowel nearby. This, in the word hopping, this vowel, we hear the ah, so we know we want to keep him happy, which means there cannot be a vowel close enough to pinch. That's why we had to double the letter. And the same thing here, hopped. So the students can even check themselves. Is there an opportunity for pinching? No, I got rid of that, so he's still happy, hopped. Okay, so that's how I teach about when we have to add a letter when adding a vowel suffix. Notice it's only the vowel suffix that we have to do this to, because the vowels are the ones who pinch. So going along with that story of the naughty vowels, this helps you understand why we have to double a letter when we add a suffix. All right, so here is another word. So we're going to practice this with lots of different words. And you don't necessarily have to have a separate word matrix for everyone. But so here's one. We have run, and then we have runs, which is not a vowel suffix, so we don't have to do anything. Then we have running. And so if I simply do run plus ing, I have to check my joins and look, do I have an opportunity for pinching? will this I pinch the U? Yes, he will. So what will I have to do to keep him farther away? Double the N. So I'm going to put that mark right here in my word sum sentence. So run, and then we rewrite it as R-U-N-N-I-N-G. All right, so when we're looking at these common suffixes, we have S, we have ing, and we usually have ed. But runned is not a word. So there are some words that when we put them in past tense, they completely change. We don't add a suffix ed to them. So runned is not a word. So we're going to cross that off and let us know we wouldn't say runned, we would say ran. So we could add on here run-er with an er, and then we would look at it even right here. You can see how close it is together, and you can see this E is going to pinch the U, and so this would be runer, not the word I want. So we have R-U-N plus E-R, and we check the joins. We have to double the N before we add it so that that vowel is not going to pinch him. R-U-N-N-E-R. Okay, so that is what I would start with first when we need to teach a suffix rule about adding a vowel suffix. So it's that need to double the middle letter so that the vowel right here stays happy. So that's when you have a happy vowel in your base word. Now then, we also have words that already have pinching happening, such as the base word take. So in this word, the E is pinching the A, and the A says A, and then the E is silent. So that's the base word take. So when I add a suffix, ing, we have to look at, when I write this, what's going to happen. So we have T-A-K-E plus ing, and now we check the joins. If I just add the ing to the E, so let's just kind of write it over here like we would do it normal, what would happen? And what the students typically say is the I would pinch the E. So now it would be take-e-ing, take-e-ing. So I asked them, is that what you want? No. All right, so if I get rid of this E, can the I still pinch? And so T-A-K, drop the E, I-N-G. Can this I still pinch him and make him mad, saying A, like I need him to? Yes. All right, because we know that it's not just the E that's naughty, it's all the vowels. So we have take plus ing, so we're going to drop the E in our word sum sentence, is rewritten as T-A-K, no E, I-N-G. We would do the same thing with take-er, adding an ER. Notice we can't do ED, take with an ED, taked. That's one of those words where it changes and that isn't proper English. So a taker technically is someone who takes something, not a word we would use very often. So we would use T-A-K-E plus E-R. We would recognize, oh, I have two E's. What would that look like? T-A-K-E-E-R. We would pronounce that word take here. Those two E's would become the double E phonogram. So it would be ear, take here, and that's not what we want. So it would be drop the E. T-A-K, no E, E-R. I guess taker could be like a test taker. So that's not as far-fetched as I thought. All right, so that is how we would explain to students about when we would need to double a letter or when we would need to drop the E. So we're always asking students to check the joins, and then we're going back to our stories of the happy vowels and then the naughty vowels, and we're trying to decide, do I need a happy vowel here? If I do, I'm going to have to double the letter to keep him from getting pinched. Or do I already have pinching happening and I need to drop a vowel to let someone else do that job. So this is how I explain the two basic suffix rules of adding or doubling a letter before adding a vowel suffix and dropping the final E before adding a vowel suffix.